Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, the Director of Faith Formation at Prince of Peace Parish.
And I'm Gabriel, the youth minister. We have some exciting news. This Saturday, October 10th, something special is happening in Assisi, Italy. But first, a little background.
So, back in 1991, a little boy was born in London, but his family moved to Italy shortly after that. This is where he spent the rest of his life. The young man's name was Carlo Acutis.
So, Carlo's parents weren't very devout. That means that God didn't really mean too much to them, and so faith in church did not play a really big role in their lives. But Carlo, on the other hand, loved God from a very young age.
He loved to pray the rosary, and after he made his first communion, he not only went to Mass as often as he could, but he loved to spend time in adoration before Mass started. He also went to confession every week. And even though his parents were not as interested in the faith as he was, he convinced them to take him on pilgrimages to holy places and visit sites where Eucharistic miracles had happened.
Carlo was also a great defender of kids with disabilities and those who would get picked on at school. Does this sound like any of you? Do you know someone like this? Carlo was also a gamer. He was a PlayStation guy. But even though he loved video games, he loved God more. And he made sure to spend more time with God and spend more time doing good things for others than he did playing video games.
Carlo also loved to play sports, especially soccer. And he liked programming and built a whole website that told people about Eucharistic miracles. That website is still up and running if you want to check it out. Well, as a teenager, Carlo was diagnosed with leukemia, a type of cancer. He didn't let this discourage him, and his faith and love of God continued to grow through this struggle. He united his suffering to Jesus and offered it up for the church, for the Pope, and for other people who were sick. So what exactly does offering up your suffering mean?
So, offering up your suffering means that when you're going through a struggle, whatever it might be, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, or blaming someone, or getting angry, instead, you offer it to Jesus, and you ask him to unite it to his own suffering. And we pray that someone else will be blessed because of the suffering that we're going through.
Have you ever heard of this before? Have you ever offered up some type of struggle when you were suffering? Well, Carlo died of leukemia on October 12 in the year 2006. He was only 15 years old, and he was buried in Assisi, the place where one of his favorite saints, St. Francis, was from. So why are we telling you all of this?
Not to make you sad, but to share the joy and hope that we all have in our faith, for what God has in store for those who love him, to get you excited about your faith and to encourage you to be hopeful, and to love God in all things, no matter what might be happening in your life or in the world around you.
You see, in the year 2013, 7 years after he had died, some people who knew him started the process that can lead to his becoming recognized as a saint in the church. This is called canonization. Sometimes this can take a long time because there are 4 major steps before someone can actually be declared a saint. The third step is beatification, where they are recognized as blessed and they can be officially honored by the church. That's us. But to get to this point, someone has to prove that a true miracle happened in their life after they asked Carlo to pray for them.
And this is the step where Carlo is up to today, and he will be officially beatified this Saturday. This is something to get really excited about. Sainthood is not only for old people from history, it is not only for those who have died because of their faith. It is for anyone who loves God and who lives like Jesus taught us to live.
So we've decided to take on Carlo Acutis as the patron saint of not only our youth ministry, but for all of the youth in our parish. First, we ask that you join us in thanking God for this young man who in his short life taught so many by how he lived.
Start to pray and ask Carlo to pray for you, to pray for your family, for our youth ministry program, and to pray for the whole church. What about you? Are you ready to be a saint?